Sometimes our own choices bring pain to our lives and those around us. And one of the most far-reaching, damaging choices is turning to alcohol or a drug of another kind to cope with life's pain or to serve as a way of escaping reality. And when that happens, life gets out of control and everything becomes about feeding the addiction and hiding it from those around us. The problem with turning to these substances is that they're false solutions and they only multiply your problems, taking a heavy toll on you physically, paralyzing you emotionally, and maybe even ruining you financially. And there's also a relational price you pay because your addiction brings harm and pain to those closest to you. Families can be devastated and torn apart by a chemical addiction that leads to divorce, or the loss of a job, or in far too many instances, physical abuse at the hands of someone under the influence of a substance. But chemical addiction doesn't have to dominate your life. There are steps you can take to stop living life dependent on substances and start living in freedom. First, admit that you have a problem. The greatest hindrance to overcoming an addiction is denying that it exists. Unfortunately, it's easy to convince yourself that you don't have a problem. And when people say that you do, you lash out with anger and denial. When we refuse to admit the truth about ourselves, we isolate ourselves from those who care most about us, and we end up cutting ourselves off from our best resources for help. Matthew 5:3 in the New Testament says, "Happy are those who know they are spiritually poor." This verse is saying that when we finally admit we need help, then we're in the best position possible, because we're actually ready to deal honestly with our failures. And when your friends and family see you being honest, they'll be more open to help, and you won't be trapped by isolation any longer. Next, connect with others who can help you on this journey. Most people don't overcome addictions on their own. One option is to begin meeting with a professional who specializes in chemical dependency. I think it's important that you also consider becoming part of a faith-based recovery program. Celebrate Recovery is a great example of a Christ-centered program where you can connect with other people walking the same journey as you. You'll learn about yourself, you'll be inspired by the successes of others, and you'll establish accountability relationships to help you stay on track. You'll also discover how you can begin to repair relationships you've damaged by your choices and by your behavior. Most importantly, joining a faith-based recovery program connects you with the real power you need to overcome addiction, the power of Christ's life in you. To find a Celebrate Recovery group near you, simply go to celebraterecovery.com and search there. You also need to find appropriate ways of dealing with life's demands. Alcohol or drugs are not legitimate ways or even effective ways of dealing with pain or finding happiness. Talk with your support network about healthy ways you can cope with life. And if necessary, consider seeing a professional counselor who can help you sort through life's challenges so you can find solutions that work for you. God's desire is for you to live in freedom and not be dependent on anything other than Him. John 8:32 says, "You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." It's our prayer that you start taking steps to make that verse a reality in your life. You'll find additional resources on this page that can give you more information to help you start your journey. Start taking your steps to freedom today.